You know, the mayor's had a hard time with this budget. If you'd like to speak to it first, Mayor?
I'd like, actually I'd like to know who, we all know who, fellas, can we just know who our guests are today?
Justin Wadsworth, the Gotham City News.
Oh,
I beg your pardon, would you repeat that?
Justin Wadsworth, the Gotham City News.
Thank you.
And I'm Roann, Senator Griffo staff.
I don't think everybody knew that. That's why when I say that. And I just want you to know, who's here, that's all.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to keep on saying this, but for 6 months, I've deleted over $200-something from the budget, from the budget, $200-something thousand from the payroll.
But unfortunately, I keep hearing pension contributions. Well, I have numbers that show your pension contributions. You have received more than enough dollars to compensate through the years, through 2000 to 2008, for your increases in pension contributions. Where the money has gone, I don't know. Dollars have been spent in the city of Utica. I don't know where they are. I'd like to talk about it. I'd like to hear from those of you who want to say something. I guess I'm a little bit tired of hearing that it's the state's fault. This is not my budget. I'm not balancing your budget. I have a budget that I need to balance, and I have to make some very tough decisions about things that have been very near and dear to my heart throughout the years. Education, higher education, health care in this community, making sure that we have accessible primary quality health care in this community, and to also build our economic development base and jobs. I also want to state that throughout my career, I have not liked sales taxes. And for those of you who've been around, you know I am not a proponent of sales taxes. Sales taxes are regressive. Sales taxes touch the very heart of the people who live here in the city of Utica. And I've said this to the mayor. The mayor knows this. I'm not, I haven't said it to his face, and I wanted to come here and tell you, I do not like sales taxes.
We're limited on our time frame. We really don't have time to study this and how we're going to handle this on a immediate level. I think in the future, I think this new council is hardworking, and they understand that we have to plan for the future, and I think you're going to see that with this council. But in the meantime, we have to balance our budget, and we have to do that quickly. We do not have the luxury of studying this closely. We go back to Assemblywoman Destito's answer to the fact that sales tax is a burden on a large portion of the population. On the other hand, property taxes too, and it limits just the folks that own property within the city. At least with the sales tax, visitors, people that pass through the city off of the thruway utilizing the restaurants and hotels are not going to be concerned with the little that they would have to pay for a meal. They wouldn't probably even know it stopping in. And they're going to actually be helping us in our community. The people that utilize Varick Street for all the activities on Varick Street are coming from other areas that will help contribute to the citizens of Utica.
One of the issues that we discussed in the past meetings.
Do you know what the total?
Can I finish, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I asked the first question.
Well, I was ready to go. We're going to continue this meeting.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
Tony, don't let me interrupt for this. Seriously.
I'm just answering a question.
No, well, that's fine, but the Assemblywoman and I are here to listen to you. This is your responsibility. This is the City Council and the administration's. So we're here to listen to you, and we want to hear that.
Yeah, I'd like to answer the question.
Well,
absolutely, and we appreciate you both being here today on that meeting. Thank you.
I mean, I have some numbers that were given to me from the budget director, and hopefully they're accurate numbers, and it states. It states.
Really? This is not my show.
Okay. Well,
It's the council's show.
It states that we had had a reduction in state aid of $1.3 million.
If they're accurate.
And it states that our...
My views are pretty parallel to Assemblywoman's against the sales tax increase. How do you feel about that? And if neither of you are supportive of it, what is the apparatus if we force you to take it to the Senate?
We lost it up.
well,
council votes to force you to take it to the Senate, how does that work?
Well, first of all, I would concur with you and the Assemblywoman. I'm adverse to the concept at this point in time, but I'm willing to listen to you. I do believe that you have to go back. This is your budget operation. That's where I disagree with you. You can now deliberate. When you have a proposal, that is the responsibility and the purview of the City Council. You should scrutinize this budget line by line. You have to make difficult decisions. Your council president has suggested deficit financing. Others have suggested more. We have draconian cuts being proposed in the state of New York at this point in time. You may begin to look at that as an option. There are a lot of options still available to you if you have to roll up your sleeves, and you're going to have to work, really hard over the next 3 weeks to get to.
Senator, each one of those comments has consequences. There's consequences to each one of those, and certainly we are looking at those things. We haven't negated our responsibility.
But
I just want to make sure.
I'm not saying you negated your
okay.
responsibility. I'm just saying that my understanding of what I heard here is you're faced with this option or this option. I'm telling you that over the time that you have to deliberate, which is within the responsibility of the City Council, that is your opportunity, whatever plan is presented to you, to alter in any way. And I would suggest that you then begin, I recommended you bring in some help if you need it from the reconstituting the private partnership board, private sector partnership board, perhaps the state controller. I'm not sure if that, I know at some point in time there was people that could help. Right, an audit.
There already has been an audit.
Can they give any help to them, I mean, as far as?
No, I talked to the controller himself.
We need to know at this point is whether we're looking at 11% or 19%.
Right.
What happens?
Right.
What happens?
That's the second
if
part of
we-
the question. The second part of the question, I just want to finish that what I was saying, Frank, is because if you felt that you needed more help with somebody guiding you, one option was the private partnership board,
But if
another
this
option
council votes
is,
to go ahead-
now, the next step, you're asking procedural questions. The next step would be you as a city council have every right ultimately under the statutes of the state of New York, as the judge has indicated, to send a home rule message requesting certain activity and action.
Now, if both of you stated here you're not for that, how do you proceed?
Well, the option that would be available then is to allow the home rule to be presented to the houses, which I'm not saying that I would not do, because I respect and believe that home rule is home rule under the guidelines and the parameters of the state of New York, but you may not get our support.